Hi, students. Welcome to Personality Psychology, Spring Semester 2016. I'm Professor Morris. My name is Jessica Morris. I'm a master's level licensed professional counselor, and I've been adjunct teaching here at Newman University. This is my fourth semester teaching, so for kind of a while now. Some of you in class actually have had me before. Most of you, though, are new. So I wanted to let you know a little bit about myself, and then I definitely want to get into breaking down the course for you so you know exactly what to expect. I also did want to just say a little piece to you guys for those of you who maybe have not had an online course before so that you have a little bit of some tips and kind of understand what to expect. So first things first, and I'm sorry, bear with me because I'm kind of fighting off a cold here. Just a little bit about myself. I am licensed as a professional counselor, but I have a kind of a neat job. I actually work in the emergency department at the Reading Hospital, which is a very busy emergency department. It's actually the busiest one in the state of Pennsylvania. And we see a ton of mental health patients. So always have a lot of kind of wacky stories and examples for you guys. But one of the reasons that I think that's kind of beneficial for you guys as students is that what I'm going to be doing in my video lectures to you, I'm giving you this video now to kind of tell you a little bit about the class, but then on a weekly basis, occasionally there may not be a video, but most weeks you're going to have video from me, where I'm going to be giving you some real world perspective and kind of tying the material that you're learning in the book into some real world application. So I think it is good for you guys to sometimes have professors who are actually working out in the field. And it's not to say that your other professors don't know what they're talking about or anything like that. Many of them have worked in the field as well. But I do kind of like to bring that little bit to you guys so that you can see how this topic actually is going to be applied in your professional lives and even in your personal lives to some extent. This particular topic, personality psychology, is really an excellent fit for me to teach you because so many of the folks that we see in my job are suffering from personality disorders, because many of them, unfortunately, do tend to end up in the emergency department on a pretty frequent basis. So I definitely have a lot of good examples to give you guys from my own, professional kind of working life. I am very curious to learn about you guys in this first discussion, which is not going to be starting for a little while yet, but do know that I will be reading those discussion boards, and I definitely, throughout the course of the semester, do sort of get to know you through email, through your discussion posts, through reading your assignments. And for those of you who haven't had an online course before, it may seem like this is going to be really easy or it's going to be a breeze. And I don't want to scare you because it definitely can be a lot more convenient than actually coming into campus and having the class. But one thing that I do want to kind of, I don't want to say warn you about, but one thing I want to let you know is that having an online course takes a lot of self-direction and a lot of motivation on your part. What I have tried to do is to structure this class in a way that is very much the same week to week. So you're going to see when I get into it that every single week you have exactly the same type of assignment due at exactly the same time every single week. So it should be very easy that by, the second or third week, I would expect that you're completely on board with what's going on. You know exactly when things are due. And I've also built in a lot of different little ways for you to sort of see when things are due or not due. I do want to let you know that as we start off here this semester, if you at any time have any questions or issues, I'm very accessible to you, and I encourage you guys to please get in touch with me for anything that you need to know at any time. Newman email is definitely a good way to get a hold of me. One thing I do want to let you guys know about that is that I check my Newman email once, maybe twice a day. Okay, no more than that. So just understand that it doesn't come directly to my phone or something like that. If you're not getting a response from me, just text me. If you need to know something sooner, just text me. I've had in the past where people have emailed me like 10 times, but it's not going to matter because, I'm not checking my email but once or twice a day. So I fully encourage you to either email me or text me if you have an issue. I sleep every single night between 10 p.m. and 5 o'clock in the morning, and I promise you that I will not be responding to you during those hours. So 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., don't even bother. But any other time, for the most part, I do have my phone. I do have my phone at work. I may not be able to get back to you immediately, but I will get back to you. If you do text me, please let me know who you are, because I certainly won't have your number, saved in my phone. And that way I'll kind of go, oh, okay, it's not just some weirdo, texting me out of nowhere. So I definitely don't want you guys to feel at any time like you can't come to me with anything. I feel like I'm very open and very fair and stuff. So if there's any point that, I make a mistake on something or you have an issue with something, please just bring it to me, because I'm always willing to consider whatever it is that you want to tell me or that you have to say. Okay, so moving on into the structure of the course. I'm going to try to break this down as best possible for you guys. And again, you do have the syllabus that's actually going to be posted there online. This little partial week, Wednesday through whatever, and then the next entire following week are actually just going to be devoted to you guys learning the structure of this course. So watch this video. If you need to watch it twice, watch it twice. Look over your syllabus, and if you have any doubt in your mind, especially after you log into Blackboard, you look at everything that's up there, any doubt in your mind about how this course is structured, please email me and clarify those questions, because once we get started, we're off. There's not going to be any more, oh, I didn't really know what was going on. It's going to be very important also that you purchase the book for this class. The book looks like this here. Personality Theories. You will need this book, and I'm sorry, it is what it is, but I will tell you that you will not pass this class without this book, because the tests are primarily going to be coming from what's actually in the book. So basically, I'm going to be presenting each week a unit to you guys. Understand that the unit isn't exactly the same as the chapter. So once we get started, we're going to be in our unit 1, but it may not necessarily be that we're covering chapter 1. Okay, it's all laid out for you there on the syllabus. So each week we're going to be doing a unit. It's going to cover a specific chapter. What it's going to contain in terms of you learning the chapter is a set of PowerPoints. And these, let me tell you, are going to not be enough for you to just study the PowerPoints and not need the book. But it will be a little something to kind of give you an idea. For those of you that like the PowerPoint thing, you'll have that there. I do expect you guys to read the chapter in the book. Because it's an online course, your tests are going to be done online, which means technically they're open book. But you're only going to have 45 minutes to complete the test, and I promise you that you will not be able to just sort through and find the answers. You definitely are going to need to read the chapter at least once before you attempt the test. The other thing that there's going to be is a video lecture, which I told you I was going to do. Now, the video lecture is, like I said, going to be a little bit more about some real world stuff. Maybe I will clarify in depth some things that are in the chapter, but what I do is actually include usually about 4 questions on the test from the video lecture. So the test that we are going to have each week is going to consist mostly of the information in the book, but then also you will be quizzed on the materials that are contained in the video lecture. So I would think really that, whether you want to read the PowerPoints is kind of up to you, but you absolutely need to watch my lecture and you absolutely need to read the chapter at least once. Each week there are going to be 3 things due. Okay, 3 things every single week. Number 1 is going to be a discussion board. The discussion board is going to open on Monday at, the start of the day, and it's going to run through until Friday. Okay, Monday till Friday is going to be your discussion board. Now, you need to write an actual original post, which will be a response to whatever the question is for that given week, and then you also must respond to 4 other students in order to get full credit. So your original post and 4 responses to other students. Now, what happened the last time I taught this class was that everybody was waiting until Friday to do all of their stuff, and I had some students who were really good, conscientious students who came to me and said, it's really not fair because we can't get this done until Friday. Nobody else posted anything. So this semester, Your original first post for the discussion board must be in by Wednesday of that week in order to get full credit. Okay, it's up to you whether you want to wait and do it Friday, but you will not get full credit. So I would expect between Monday and Wednesday that you're going to have your original response post up, and then you can respond to the other 4 students whenever it is that you want. But on Friday, that discussion board closes, it's going to disappear, and you will not be able to add anything else beyond that point. Okay, so that's the first thing that we have is discussion board. The second thing that we have is an assignment. And the assignments are going to be posted right there, on Blackboard for you. Everything that you need is going to be right there. It's going to be posted on Monday. Now, technically, the assignment is due Friday. Okay, so you have Monday through Friday to get the assignment done. If you have any questions about the assignment, please let me know as soon as possible and don't wait till the last minute. The other thing I wanted to say about the assignment, because I had a little bit of confusion in the past with people, I expect these to be pretty substantial, you guys. I expect them to be at the least 1 page. It should be in paragraph form. It should be double spaced. Don't try to do anything crazy with wasting space on the page, because I know that, and it's not going to be good. But it really should be 1 to 2 full pages, and they should be critically thought through responses. So if you're just giving me literally a couple sentences or a paragraph, you're not going to do well. And the assignments are very many points, relatively speaking. They make up the most amount of points of anything that you're going to be doing. So it's really important that you give me actual substantial work when you're turning in your assignments. All right, so I said the assignments are starting on Monday. They are technically due Friday for full credit, but I do give you guys until midnight on Sunday to get it into me late for partial credit. I will tell you that I'm a bit of a sucker for really awesome work that's turned in late. I hate to say it, but I almost rather you give me something late and have it be phenomenal than give me a piece of garbage on Friday. You probably will get more points turning something really good into me late than crap on time. So really, that said, you figure out what you want to do on any given week, but I will accept them late. I certainly am going to take that into consideration. And if it's late and it's garbage, you're really not going to be getting very many points at all. Still more points than nothing, but you get where I'm coming from. All right. Now the test, that's the third thing we have. We have discussions, we have assignments, we have a test. Every week, that's how we do it. The test is going to open up on Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, the test is going to appear in the Blackboard unit. You have until Sunday at midnight to complete that test anytime you want to do it. It's completely on your own time. The way that I've set it up, from the time that you click start, a timer starts with 45 minutes running. If you get kicked out of the internet, if you stop and start again, it doesn't matter. It's going to let you in as many times within 45 minutes as you want. So I did that because I don't want to have issues where people say, oh, I got kicked offline, blah, 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 blah. But understand, you guys, 45 minutes sounds like a lot of time. There are always 25 questions. But it's challenging, and honestly, this is challenging stuff. So I would not leave it up to chance that you're going to be able to kind of comb through and find the information. Like I said, you really want to make sure that you did read the chapter. So if all of these dates and kind of times I'm throwing out to you sound confusing, that's okay, but I promise you that it's going to be very clear to you. In each unit on Blackboard, you're going to see all of the different work that's due, and then I also have given you a little chart that shows you exactly the day of the week and the date that every single thing is due. So it's right there for you in the unit, and it's also in the course calendar for Blackboard. And like I said, it also follows a pattern that I promise you're going to pick up very easily, very, very quickly. So there's 3 different places that you can see when things are due, exactly what is due. And of course, you always can ask me if you're unsure of anything. One thing that I did also want to let you know is that at the end of the semester, your lowest 2 grades in every single category will be dropped. So your lowest 2 assignments, your lowest 2 tests, your lowest 2 discussions will be dropped. I do this because I really don't grant a lot of makeup work. If there's a week that you're really just not feeling it, or you're sick or whatever, you can go ahead and take a 0, here and there, understanding that that'll be your dropped 1. Or if you just want to turn in something, if it's not your week or whatever, go for it. And then at the very end, those last are going to be dropped. And I can tell you from the last time I taught it that those become very, very important for people, especially if you're struggling at the end. I saw grades substantially improve when I dropped off those those 2 lowest grades. As far as extra credit goes, I'm going to see how this semester goes. I use it sparingly, but I did incorporate some in the last class, and one assignment specifically that I did for extra credit that I think I may repeat this time just because it really, really worked out very well. But for the most part, I do try to let you know, kind of get in touch with you if you're not doing well in the class. But at the same time, I also believe that you guys are adults and, you're kind of responsible for yourself and your own performance. That said, I am a little bit of a kind of soft-hearted person. If there's something going on with you in a particular week and you're really having a very tough time, shoot me an email. I'm pretty reasonable about working things out with people, depending, if you've always been a good student and you're really going through something, you can let me know. And, chances are that I'll probably be willing or able to work with you on, whatever it is. Okay, so that is how this class is going to generally run. One thing that I did want to let you know about Unit 1. Like I said, Unit 1 is not actually going to be starting for another couple weeks, and the dates are all there for you. I normally will not have every single thing posted already up in Blackboard in the unit. The items will show up when they show up, and they'll disappear when they're done. Now, because we're just starting the class and I want you guys to get an idea what everything looks like, I did go ahead and post every single thing already for Unit 1 onto Blackboard, even though we really should not be starting it for another couple weeks. I did also specify in there that I don't mind if you go ahead and put up your discussion board, your initial discussion board post. And if some of you do just want to go ahead and knock out the assignment and get it into me early, you're welcome to do that. But please do not start that test, because that test will not be ready for you until the date that I've specified on there for you. I only have it up there so you can just generally see the layout of how everything is going to look for you. Hopefully this wasn't even more confusing than anything, but I think, excuse me, I'm sorry, my voice is really struggling here. I think, like I said, you're really going to get the hang of it pretty easily, and the fact that it's really consistent every single time, I think, makes it pretty easy. I really, really hope that you do enjoy this class. I very personally really enjoy personality disorders. And like I said, it's something that I work with on an absolutely daily basis. So I think it's very important that all of you guys understand them, understand generally what you're looking at, what you're working with, and how to approach people that may be suffering from these different types of disorders. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It's one of many to come, and certainly if you guys have any questions or you just want to introduce yourself or whatever, feel free to shoot me an email, and I look forward to starting Unit 1 soon. All right, bye.